Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from whatever you're watching this channel. Now, Maina Njenga is being blamed for his constant attempts to checkmate on Rigathi Gachagua. People have gone to an extent of blaming Maina Njenga because they believe that he's being used by the government of the day to deal with Rigathi Gachagua in the mountain. Now, talking about this blame, ladies and gentlemen, we are all aware about a very unfortunate incident that took place on the 18th January 2025, where Maina Njenga, knowing very well that gathering was organized by Pastor Dorcas and the church, decided to invade the meeting with his goons. So many people have talked about this issue. I've seen so many bloggers do some analysis on it. But then there's also another part where I gather that Rigathi Gachagua was also supposed to attend that event, but chose to skip it. Reason being, he sensed there was going to be some security breach. So looks like from what has happened, Maina Njenga had planned to disrupt this event because he knew Rigathi Gachagua was going to be in attendance. Now, in this analysis, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to go to a couple of reactions that have been shared. Matters what Maina Njenga is doing. People believe that Maina Njenga is trying to checkmate Rigathi Gachagua in the mountain and is being sponsored, and millions are being splashed so that Maina Njenga can actualize that move of checkmating Rigathi Gachagua. Now, before we get further on this analysis, ladies and gentlemen, kindly like this video. It's so important. When you like this video, that is the only way YouTube shares our content. And by the way, I don't take your likes for granted. They help this channel a lot. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And to existing subscribers, I want to continue thanking you so much, because without you, this channel wouldn't have grown. So thank you so much. Checkmating Rigathi Gachagua. That is the idea, ladies and gentlemen. So who is sponsoring these goons? When you see Maina Njenga, what it talks about, you look at Maina Njenga now and Maina Njenga last year, you see there's a big shift. It's like these people have actually decided to swap, allegiance. What's happening right now is that Maina Njenga seems to be pushing for William Ruto's continual dominancy in mountain, a thing that is not working. But Maina Njenga is there to make sure that it works. That's why you find that in that very bizarre incident, Maina Njenga realized that Pastor Dorcas was amassing huge following by his prayer rallies. Of course, we have never seen Pastor Dorcas talk politics in most of her, prayer gatherings. She has always been talking about peace. That is what has been happening, ladies and gentlemen.
Kwa sababu tukiongea maneno ya Mount Kenya kila wakati, itabidi tuende mikoa mingine, tuende Mombasa, tuende Kisumu, tuombee baba, tuombee Ruto, tuombee hata aliyekuwa, wote tuombee.
So for someone like Maina Njenga to go out of his way and invent a very, very peaceful event like what happened, that is unacceptable. And that explains the reason why there are so many reactions here. And I want to take you through a couple of reactions. Like there's one from Cyprian Nyakundi. Cyprian Nyakundi says something. He says, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has broken his silence following the disruption of a prayer event hosted by his wife, Pastor Dorcas Rigathi, at Kamukunji grounds in Nyeri on Saturday, January 18th, 2025. The event, which was meant to be a peaceful gathering, was interrupted when Maina Njenga, accompanied by a group of youths, arrived, causing enough disturbance for Pastor Dorcas and Nyeri Deputy Governor David Wairui to exit hurriedly. In response to the disruption, Gachagua took to social media, accusing the government of orchestrating the incident by sending Njenga, whom he described as a leader of an outlawed criminal group, to sabotage the event, unleashing the leader of an outlawed criminal gang and his goons to disrupt peaceful prayers and desecrate the altar is the lowest any government can go, no matter the level of desperation. After the commotion, Njenga reportedly addressed the crowd, calling for an end to ethnic politics and urging national unity. His visit marked his third in Nyeri within 3 weeks, raising questions about his involvement in the event. The strained relationship between Gachagua and Njenga is widely believed to be fueled by their political rivalry, with differing views on leadership and influence within the Mount Kenya region. So, this is what is happening, ladies and gentlemen. You know, Cyprian said Gachagua is blaming the government because, of course, that is what is happening, because there's a posting from Gachagua, which I wish to take you through also. It says, unleashing the leader of an outlawed criminal gang and his goons to disrupt peaceful prayers and desecrate the altar is the lowest any government can go, no matter the level of desperation. That's what Gachagua posted in response to what was happening when Pastor Dorcas, sensing the level of insecurity, had to flee from the scene. So, basically, ladies and gentlemen, who is behind the financing of Maina Njenga? Of course, we know politics is a dirty game. That is what has been peddled everywhere. Now, because politics is a dirty game, we expect someone in the government. We believe that someone could be sponsoring these commotions, simply because how comes whenever these commotions take place, there is no security there? How many of you saw security or the police try to protect the event from that kind of invasion? You see, that didn't take place there. So that is already explaining that there's something behind the scene. Kuna mtu anafinya ile button hii mambo ifanyike. But of course, we've heard about utterances from people like Kimani Ichung'wah saying that atazidi kufinya akanyage. You know, the fact that atafinya atakanyaga tells you something, that someone is responsible for this Maina Njenga kind of activities. But then the big question again is this kind of a commotion trying to depopularize Rigathi Gachagua? Definitely not. This is continuing to make him more popular. And I think the best thing that Maina Njenga could have done is just to organize his own rallies as he invade kama ya Pastor Dorcas. Of course, this invasion imempunguzia William Ruto mileage pale Mount Kenya. Kama hangefanya hivi, maybe people would have still thought twice. But right now, the fact that he did what he did, that is Maina Njenga, people suspect that it's probably the president who has sent him. I mean, these are just suspicions. Nobody has proof, but people are suspecting that it's the government that is doing all this sponsoring of Maina Njenga's activities. Maybe it's not the government. I'm just saying that maybe it's a rivalry between the two leaders. Machungu, ile wakati alikuwa Rigathi akiwa deputy president, alikuwa anampiga vita Maina Njenga. So Maina Njenga amerealize sasa Rigathi Gachagua ni raia, analipiza kisasi. Maybe that is what is happening, ladies and gentlemen. Just go below in the comment section and offer your reaction regarding that event. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.